Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers and Facebookians. This is part 2 of scams and love games, con games, etc. So, symptoms are girls who fall in love with you really rapidly, don't look at your profile, asks you questions. The other thing about the girls is they're going to be talking to you about things or ask you questions, and unless they look at your profile, there's something wrong. Another one is if you ask a question and they don't answer it, then you know it's a scam. They don't want to answer it because they have no answer for it, so they try to play around it. So be very careful of your surroundings online, and be very careful and use your mind. If something ain't smelling right, you know something's wrong. So, on that said, and if they ask you to talk in Messenger, it's probably because they want to probably either A, get you to give them nudie pics, or B, they want to give you nudie pics, and they don't want to lose their account on the social network like Facebook, MySpace, Xanga, etc. So, I would highly recommend being very careful. Now, if it gets really serious and they start asking for you money, highly recommend you save all your instant message chats in case you have to report them to the authorities. And keep your messages saved in your message box, even if they ban you on Facebook, MySpace, or etc. Most likely, MySpace in the box. Usually, MySpace basically bans you and blocks you, and you have to have a new email account. Now, Facebook is different. You can get banned, you can get removed. I don't know what happens when they actually terminate you. I know people can reactivate their account at any given time, unless Facebook does something. So, bottom line is be very careful. Like I said, those are the warning signs for one. The 419 scams usually go through email, but not likely. They're finding new tactical ways of doing it because email is getting so popular, and and from what I've read, email cafes are all over Nigeria popped up to do this. So, always check your email if you can, and you find someone who's in love with you and they send you an email actually to your email address instead of, say, the mailbox of Are You Interested or Facebook or MySpace. I highly recommend you check many things, which would be IPs and etc. You can probably trace them, so technically I highly recommend it for that purpose. If you can track things down and you can figure out what you're doing, so you're not part of the scam. There is ways to protect yourself. Highly recommend, if you know the girls from America, and you actually can do background checks if you're really serious about this girl. Do what you can in all the legal fashions, and then you'll know if yay or nay. If she's out of country, good luck trying to get a background check because it's very hard. Very hard. So you got to be very careful. Same goes with the United Kingdom and other European countries that speak English, because they're very protective of their people, and it's very hard. Now in America, background checks are good. Now, unless there's a worldwide database where you can check on someone, which I don't know about, that would be easier. So you have to go through the certain channels that online, like USA People Finder or whatever. So, with that said, I highly recommend you guys be very careful on the dating site, because if you don't, you might be hurt in the long run. Alright? Cool. So, with that said, be very careful, stay on top of things, don't fall for any scams or cons, and come out smelling like a rose. With that said, I highly recommend subscribing to my videos, posting comments. Sorry this was a little slow, but I wanted to get this all out, to be very careful on the 419 scams. And if you really want to do some research, check out Wikipedia and Nigerian scams. It'll explain what they do and how they do things. I mean, for example, the one that I was told that went to Nigeria from London, which highly unlikely, but it's a possibility, is their goods are over there. Yeah. Now, if their goods are over there and they're a company, they got to pay the import tax anyway. No problem. So it could be a scam. It could not be a scam. However, if it is a scam, well, it is. And that is one of the things it says in Wikipedia, that they'll say something like they got a car and they got to pay the taxes on it, so please send the money for the taxes. That's what she was doing to me, and to me, I'm still studying up on the whole scam thingies because I'm not going to be scammed, and I wanted to share my experience with you all. So, with that said, however, she was an elaborate scammer because she had multiple people running it. See, from what I understand through my connections, she had friends on her Facebook page, like 50 of them. And most of them are connected to scams. They were actually running the scams. Now, she said she was from Texas, born in Texas, and went to school in Texas. Well, the Texas person turned out to be the Nigerian sister who lives in Texas. Then she claimed she was going to school in London, and she got her degree in London in '04. Wrong. And if that was the case, it would be wrong. Because, frankly, However, like I said, if you know how to check IPs and check this and check that, you might get more luck knowing where the origin came from so you don't get stung. Now, she says she's stuck over there. Right now, she ain't answering because of internet problems or something. It's probably laying low because she knows she's the scam was up. Because I didn't answer her. See, when she asked for money, I decided to lay low because, well, for one, I was sleeping, and two is I didn't get enough sleep. My mother died, 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago on Thursday, that's Saturday, so 23 days ago she died. And it's not easy. You lose a mom, you try to do your best, and the best ain't good enough. So technically, just be on your guard on these scam agencies. And I will post more later. I got some videos I want to make anyways, but I wanted to let you know, be very careful. I've given you the symptoms. Check out other symptoms at wikipedia.com. If you need more information, put in Nigerian scams or the FBI or several other agencies. They will even give you some help on where to go for if you were scammed. So don't be ashamed. Don't give them any money, and be very wary about your internet surroundings. Then you don't get burned. I was very protective, and I wasn't going to give in. So technically, however, I've developed feelings for the girl now. Like I said, there's a 1% chance she could be a Nigerian. She's stuck there. If that's the case, she was an idiot going over there. And if she isn't over there, then she is an idiot trying to play me, and you know how it is. So I highly recommend you all check out what I've given you, links, FBI, several other government agencies. Be very careful. Oh, and if you want to know about the Nigerian thing about coming out there, check out the State Department's website on the warnings of Nigeria. Yeah, you'd be surprised. I was. So, Aries Sky signing off. Leave comments and suggestions in the box. Thank you, and have a nice day.